my darlings. Welcome to the first of your weekly relationship readings. I thought I was inspired by Spirit, thank you Spirit, to do, in the cards of mine, to do you a weekly relationship reading, because many people come to tarot to understand more about a relationship they may have with somebody else, and it is causing them confusion at this time. So I thought I'd use my psychic tarot of the heart, and we are also going to do something slightly different. I have shuffled the cards, I've brought my guides in, I've done everything that I would normally do before reading, but I'm not now going to shuffle between the cards. I'm going to set my intention that the top lot of cards that are going to come out for you, my darling, are going to be for those that most need to hear it. And they will all, obviously, according to the beautiful rhythmic and intriguing pattern of the universe, be exactly for you today, my darling, if this reading resonates for you. So therefore, let's put those down and let's see. So I'm going to pull one for you, one for them. I'm then going to pull one for the energy between you at this time. I'm then going to pull one for spiritual advice. I'm then going to pull one for the outcome if you were to remain in the energetic space that you are now before you came to this reading. I'm then going to pull one for if you were to perhaps shift, make an energetic shift and have a more of a greater understanding and awareness of this relationship, then what the potential outcome would be. And then I'm also looking at the overriding energy for you. So the first card we have got, this is for your energy, my darling, in terms of where you are, is the Five of Cups. And this is a big message from Spirit: change your focus. At this point of time, my darling, your energy, remember, our emotions are energy. So all of your energetic movement at this time, energy and motion, is going towards the negative. It's going towards something that is upsetting you. It's causing you to feel very despondent. It might be causing you to feel despair at this time. And normally in the Five of Cups, although this card is with these little sort of lined up poplar trees, it's normally about the person looking at the Three of Cups that are all turned upside down and ignoring the Two of Cups that is sitting there. So Spirit wants you to shift your perspective into understanding that there is the Two of Cups there. And those two cups represent emotions, and they're both upright and they're both connected, standing near each other. So there is still within this relationship a huge amount, and I don't see this as a relationship that is necessarily somebody that's not in your life. But this is a relationship where there is still, it could be, but this is a relationship where I'm feeling the energy between those two cups is one that love abounds, love remains, love is there. But the focus that you're giving on the spilt Three of Cups, the Three of Cups that have spilt, is causing, it's causing you to feel very isolated in this relationship. Is causing you to put up boundaries, and it's a very lonely place to be. So that is where you are right now. Okay, so let's now just move forward. Thank you, Spirit. See what next comes out. We have got this is for them, my darling. Okay, so the next card we have got is the Just Breathe card, which is the Four of Swords. But this card, my darling, is upside down. So this is where they are. They are not at this current space of time finding I'm going to say they're panicking at this time. They're in a place of panic. Thank you, Spirit. They're in a place of high anxiety. They're in a place of not focusing on what it is that they can do to help themselves at this time. And I feel that with this as well, that they, with this Four of Swords, not in a healing place, but actually still almost going against it. The energies, because I'm now seeing on the bottom of the deck that the energies between you are the Nine of Wands, but again, upside down. So let me just come back to this for a second. At this time, they're not finding within them, because of the energetic connection between you, the ability, the strength, the mental strength, I suppose you could call it, to kind of come into a place of resting and to come into a place of peace. So both of your energies are almost very anxious, very stressed, and also not willing to communicate other than those two energies, because you've got here, if this is the rest and reconsider card, this is the 9 of Wands, this card, but it's upside down. So what Spirit is saying, the energy between you at this time is one of non-rest, none of non-consideration. I always talk about consider action is a response that we take when we're taking responsibility for something. And so both of you are reacting to each other at this time. You're not considering what might be an approach, which would be to take a breather, to take a rest, maybe to stop wanting to speak to one another. My throat chakra is also building up now. It's when ego fights ego and soul listens to soul. The moment your egos are fighting ego, both of you are in a place of pain. Both of you are not giving yourself an opportunity to take a breath, to take a breather, and to actually step back from the situation and perhaps think, can I listen to understand? Can I see something from another point of view? Is this situation teaching me that I'm not able to listen? Is it teaching them that they're not able to listen? Are both of us basically triggering one another at this time? Because Spirit wants you, this is the energy between you, to rest and reconsider. That is it, upright. The 9 of Wands is coming away from a repetitive cycle of behavior and coming into something different, being either triggered or pushed or inspired to make different choices, to take considered action, to not react to, but to respond, to allow the fact that you may not know everything. You know, true understanding is when we look to seek the answer, not from what we think may be the answer, but we come into a place of saying, do you know what, I might actually be a little bit off course with this answer, because actually I've kind of had that same opinion all the time, and very strong opinions don't allow for the truth to come out. And actually the central truth, the soul truth, is always with love. It's always fair. So in this situation, are both of you not being fair on the other by not listening to understand? And an understanding is when you can stand in the truth, but you've looked at the underside of it. You've looked at the patterns. This is the 9 of Wands, remember. You've looked at the patterns. You've looked at the patterns of behavior. And Spirit wants you both, because this is the energy between you both. That's my little dog. The energy between you both to take time out, to take a break from each other. So that's pretty strong energy there. So now, what is Spirit's advice for you both? And I feel this is a reading for two of you that are in communication with one another, but are not moving forward at this time. You're stuck. So this is very interesting. So the next card we have, this is for you. This is spiritual advice for maybe you both, but this is the Ace of Swords has come out for you. So there we have it, clarity and belief. Ace of Swords, sorry, not Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. I'm so sorry, the Page of Swords, clarity and belief. So what Spirit is saying to, here, what might be the Ace of Swords? I'm not quite sure actually with this one. Anyway, what Spirit is saying is this is a time for you to discover. It means that there's not enough information at this time, that actually information, the transference of information, you see with a butterfly, will give you the clarity that you need, will give you further understandings, will allow you to see underneath everything as well. And it'll give you, it'll allow you to perhaps make choices that come from a place of not only understanding, but also feeling both understanding for yourself, understanding for them, and compassion for you both, because you both didn't know, or you both were seeing through the identity eye rather than eyes that are willing and wanting to see it from a soul's perspective. So I really feel at this time that Spirit wants you in this time out of rest and consideration to say, I am open. I'm open to receiving the answers. I'm open to seeing it in a different perspective. I am open to new ideas, new approaches, new actions. I don't want to repeat cycles of behavior with this person. I'm open. I'm on my quest. You know, when you put forward a question, you're on a quest. And when you're on a quest as a knight, it takes courage to do this, to say, perhaps I may be not wrong, but because nothing is wrong or right. We have to have contrast in our life, but perhaps my standing in my truth has not been with full understanding, and I haven't budged. And Spirit wants you to budge a little bit, and them too, because then it's about coming together. So so that is your it doesn't really matter whether it's the Page of Swords or the Ace of Swords, either one. It's about clarity and belief for you at this time. So then we have, if you were to continue in your current energetic course of action in this Five of Cups, and them in this Four of Swords reversed at this time, you have got the Six of Cups, but it's upside down. So it talks about the non, how do I say this? It talks about neither of you letting go of the past, neither of you focusing on the future potential of this relationship, and neither of you growing through it. You're both too stuck in a space of combative energies. So that is the energy that is happening at this time. So Spirit is saying, rather than being challenging, be curious. Go back to that swords. Rather than challenge each other, because in the challenge you might feel you've got your point across. Challenge yourself to be open to a new perspective on this. Now, because this is a Six of Cups, the soulmates, this is a soulmate card. Soulmates are soul mates. Okay, really think about that word soulmates. We just talk about soulmates, don't we? They're soul mates, they're soul friends, they're souls who love each other. Souls have a deeper perspective on this, a deeper reason for being together. Two souls who consider themselves soulmates on the surface because they appreciate and understand the deep connection, the deep bond between two people. You can't sometimes understand it, you can't explain it, but you just feel it. But on a soul level, if we are all the divine oneness, then those two souls, your two souls, chose to come together in order to help one another release restricted, learned behaviors, energies, patterns of doing things, patterned behaviors, to release them, to allow that soul to be free, to allow that soul to remember. And the reason why you feel they're a soulmate is because you came born remembering all of it, and then you're meant to forget. So when you remember, when somebody resonates with you, you are remembering as a soul. Oh my goodness, I know them. Oh my goodness, this is the one that was meant to come to me at this time. So what Spirit wants you to do is to see the full glory and challenge that's in this relationship for you. It's not a relationship just about being loved and to love. It's a relationship that's there to give you a whole new understanding on the word relationship. It's a relationship to teach you more about yourself. And when you start to see it as one of the greatest teachers in the world for you, then you're not so much in this place of hurt, because you start to look at it as a challenge for your growth, as an opportunity for your growth. So that is the Six of Cups, but it's in reverse at the moment. So, but now the next card, let's move that out of the way, is the card for you deciding to make a shift. And Spirit being quite funny here, deciding to make a shift. And you have got, what is that? Six of Swords. Sorry, sometimes with the different tarot cards, it's a different Six of Swords. And this Six of Swords is here. Look at that. See, healing begins. So if you decide to take a little bit of this spiritual advice, and if it's resonating with you, you are going to allow healing, liberating energy to come into this relationship with this person. Six of Swords is a beautiful card about healing begins. It's about calmer waters. It's about making a decision to move, to setting your intention to move forward. It is setting that you're affirming, your affirmation. I wish to affect a change within this relationship. That is my intention. I wish to start to try and understand. I wish to know that when I react, it is because it's the pain body reacting. It is the I in me reacting. Soul in me is blissfully happy. It is the I in me that gets upset. So that detachment from your identity, personality, and starting to try and perceive what is happening here through the eyes of the universe, through the eyes of the two souls, is really going to help you. And the thing about this card, this Six of Swords here, is that when you make a decision, you affirm you're going to do something, you're creating that lovely momentum. So you know with the Six of Swords, it's the boat moving across the water. So this is going to allow a liberated energy of healing for you. And it's going to mean that you are going to be able to, got the words, overcome this challenge and turn this challenge into something that is successful for both of you. So now let's see what the next card is. So the next card for me is the kind of, I want to just bring in an extra card from Spirit to say, in fact, we're going to shuffle for this one. I'm going to bring in an extra card from Spirit now to say one last sort of overriding energy if you were to do this. Thank you, Spirit. What wants to come out? Two of Cups. I mean, seriously, guys, Two of Cups. So here we go. Two of Cups coming together. Healing begins, coming together. Beautiful, beautiful energies. And on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Moon card here. Confront. This whole, I'm going to call it a spiritual exercise. This is Spirit keeping it simple in this relationship you have with soulmates. What you are seeing at the moment in this relationship is a reflection of what you're feeling about yourself. And I know that's sometimes quite difficult to comprehend, but sometimes we have to confront the feelings. So because we don't acknowledge those feelings, we pretend they don't exist, don't we? We don't acknowledge those feelings. That's knowledge within us that we're not acknowledging. We don't acknowledge that we have those feelings about ourselves. So what happens is the universe presents to you, for you to confront, for you to face, a reflection of yourself to trigger you. Because the universe, your soul, it's not here to be miserable. It's not here to be unhappy. It's not here to be anxious. Your birthright is joy and abundance. But sometimes we're our own worst enemy. We get in the way of that because our identity causes and creates all sorts of wonderful problems sometimes. And we see the universe, we see what's happening in our life through those eyes. So this relationship is a wonderful chance for you to finally confront the version of yourself that you may have forgotten about. This is a man here looking at almost a child. It is about confronting the inner child within you. And do you know what? Actually, confront's quite an aggressive word, but what I'm going to say here is about coming back to talk to your inner child, to say, because for the most part, my darling, when we react, we're doing a reaction. It's that, you know, the Nine of Wands reversed. We're in the same cycle pattern of behavior. It is because we are, with consistency, reacting something that we are triggered to repeat over and over and over. And that doesn't make us feel very good, does it, when we react? So this relationship, for you to go back, because as I said, for the most part, it's a constant reaction when we get triggered, is to confront that trigger. Thank you, Spirit, that's what it's about. To confront that trigger that you may have forgotten about, and to go back in time and think about why you may have a trigger about something. And you also there for them. This is not a one-way street. This is two soul friends, loving friends, mates, you know, partners, whatever, who've come together to help each other. And when we see a soulmate relationship like that, then it becomes a very magical, healing, transformative, beautiful, where is it here? The Two of Cups. Coming together, and coming together is much more than we might see in reality. When we think about two people coming together, we see it very much in the physical form. But coming together from a spiritual sense is coming into oneness together. It is remembering as two souls together, the soul purpose, the soul's soul purpose for this relationship. And from that, in that coming together, creating an energy that is beautiful, expansive, and one for growth, my darling. And that's why you had the Six of Swords here too. So I trust and hope that this has helped those that this reading has resonated with. I look forward to doing another weekly relationship reading for you next week. In the meantime, do enjoy my dailies and also my new daily short kisses, which are keeping it spiritually simple. I'm continuing with the October star sign readings this week, but in the meantime, have a rest of a very lovely Sunday. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.